forth, but it's not a lot of Africans, unfortunately, traveling within the continent. So those flights are very expensive.
That is unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
I was hoping it would be like a train or something that can get you from one African country to the next.
They're working on building some, but guess who's building it?
Europeans,
the
French.
Chinese, actually.
Oh, the Chinese is taking over.
The Chinese is taking a big bite out of
Yeah.
Africa right now, but
See, Akon started speaking about that. Akon talking about this $15 billion loan that they gave. Line of credit. And everybody's like, "Yo, you got $1 billion." I'm like, from the Chinese though. From the Chinese. And the Y'all not see what they doing?
Debt is how you control everything, my G.
But they taking over all the resources. You know what I'm saying?
The Chinese are true capitalists. They don't care what you look like. If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Facts.
And they're doing their thing. If you go to the continent, you will see them. They are there and they're really? Running it. Yes, they are. It's a little bit dangerous. It's very insidious. A lot of people don't realize what's happening. But they're financing a lot of the new construction. But that credit is just that. It's credit. And they're going to come back for their assets.
I need that back.
Yeah.
I need that back.
Tenfold.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see. I mean, Akon is also a capitalist. So, like, a lot of it comes off as Akon is trying to save the world. Like I always say, similar to what Jay-Z's doing with the NFL. It's an opportunity for him to make money as a capitalist, where he can also help out people that are under him. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And you know, possibly foster change. But his first thought, you know, you could argue this all day, is his first thought capitalism, making money and becoming Jay-Z's the first black billionaire to get an NFL team, or is it more so like, I want to bring black people in, show us we can do this, get people a way in. Who knows what it really is? We all have our different opinions on that. But I want to get to the Politics App, because that's what,
Let's do it.
This is very interesting. Very interesting. So, one, just break down what the Politics App is, and then from there, just explain to us like how you got to that point.
We going, just like, and go ahead, Joe. Shut your mouth.
All right. So the name of the app is Politicking, and essentially what we do is we're a social political mobile application, and what we do is demystify candidate platforms as well as amendments and referendums. Okay. So Jordan and I, back in 2016, saw a problem. Jordan Wilson is my co-founder. And to be honest with you, the story of Inception really went like this. I walked into a polling precinct. I was trying to do early voting.
What state?
Yeah. This is in Florida.
And
we're a catastrophe when it comes to voting.
I done fucked it up.
So many times. Yeah. So many times. We're still recovering. Right.
Shout out Al Gore.
Shout out Jen too, man.
Shout out Jen.
Poor thing. They have been. People go through a lot in Florida.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It's horrendous, but I'm trying to put on in a positive way for this state, but it's not been easy. So I went into the polling precincts. I was trying to be an informed and engaged citizen, and I realized, wow, I don't know 75% of the people on my ballot. I knew that I wanted to vote in the presidential election. I knew that I wanted to vote in the senator election, in the gubernatorial election, but anything under there, it started looking real hazy to me. Yeah. It started looking really hazy.
That's like 90% of Americans.
Yeah, the amendments.
After your third drink, you just like,
I was like, am I drunk? No, I'm not drunk. It's just the actual information was just that unclear to me. The amendments, I'm like, do I vote yes? Do I vote no? Is it a tax increase? Is it a tax decrease? Where's this money going towards?
The results of your choices, what?
There's no education on it.
Just lack of.
None. And if you think about it realistically, fellas, the last time we had information about like civic education was probably like 5th grade, when we learned about the electoral college and popular vote.
I'm gonna keep it real. I cannot remember that. I don't even remember.
I was still Pokemon'd up. I don't know.
If we talked about the electoral college in 5th grade, it might have been for
2nd.
Yeah, maybe 40 minutes, and then it was
back
never back. Yeah,
back to Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
right.
So a lot of people either learned it so briefly or didn't learn it at all. I realized in 2016, a lot of people didn't know the difference between the popular vote and the electoral college. They weren't understanding why Hillary didn't win because she had won the popular vote. She lost the electoral college, and people were outraged because they didn't understand the popular vote matters, but the electoral college rules supreme. most of the time it's supposed to match up.
Yeah.
But in cases that it doesn't, the electoral college is going to be the way that it goes. So a lot of people were upset by that, but I was like, this shows me that there's not a good understanding of civics in this country.
Definitely.
And what were you saying, Jeff?
See, like that kind of like walked into one of my questions that I'm gonna save for later, but it's just like, okay, obviously those that are aware, you know what I'm saying, because I myself, I've gotten more aware on the side of politics maybe just around Obama time and up, you know what I'm saying? But so obviously we know that the vote that is electoral reigns supreme over the popular vote, right?
Yes.
Now, when someone hears that and they feel like, well, damn, well, so fuck it, you know, vote and it won't matter. You know what I'm saying? So you being someone that is helping make a change,
Right.
that can hopefully be long term.
Sure.
I guess when that question is around you or towards you directly,
How do I answer it?
yeah, like as far as your answer or
So
information provided.
So, one of the things that I would say, first of all, check out Politicking. You know, we are on Politicking.
Oh, plug it up. Please, plug it up.com. Plug it up.
Politicking the app on Twitter as
You said
well as
politickingapp.com?
politickingapp.com.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, check it out.
POLITICKING app.com. So check us out. But how I would answer that question, Jeff, is people don't understand the Electoral College is made up of the House of Representatives. Those are people that you also vote for. So you are picking the delegates who are going to make that decision on your behalf. So the senators, the congressmen and women, those are the people that are voting for you in terms of who the president's going to be.
On your behalf.
On your behalf.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's another
And that's why
The cats will switch up on you
They will.
in the crib and be like, yeah.
they may, but that's why it's so important to make educated and informed decisions. That's why you have to look at their voting records. Have they switched up before? That's why you have to see what their past trajectory was. Who were they involved with? Who are they in bed with? Who have they received money from? Whose interest are they protecting? Is it mine? Is it the big corporations? You know, is it vulnerable populations? Those are things that you have to pay attention to. So many people, and one of the things that politicking is so focused on, so many people are worried about who's my president, who's my VP, and they don't know who their senator is. And they don't know who their congressman is.
I just met the man in Rochelle 2 weeks ago, and he's been a man for 25 years.
Are you mayor?
Yeah.
The mayor for 25 years?
The man from New Rochelle last 25 years.
There's no way, mayor.
Noah
Bronson?
Yes.
Noah Bronson? He ain't been mayor for 25 years.
15 or 25, one of those, for sure. I saw a commercial this morning, I was getting dressed, I'm like, oh shit, he's been for this long.
I think
right?
Two terms for mayors as well.
Yeah, I think
it's 3.
3? Okay.
I think it's 3.
Okay.
So maybe 15. It might be 15 around that time. But we've never. First time seeing them in the flesh, I'm like, oh, you exist.
Yeah.
So
where you been
not
at?
knowing
Exactly.
who that person is, not knowing their impact on your community, not knowing what they've done, and that stuff that is more visible, more tangible, that you can really feel the effects of it. And Jamal, if we go back to the fucking VIP days, to the episode that we did with Paul Presidue, he said it, like, us as individuals, us voting on that type of level within our cities, within our communities,
Local.
those
They
matter because that's what's going to lead to the top. So ever since that day, I've been like, all right, even if I'm not as informed on the local level as I should be, let me at least still go in there and get informed to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying, see my impact of my vote and everything like that. So.
At least you're paying attention, and that's where it starts, to be honest. Like, we're not expecting you to know everything overnight. It starts with, now I know the name of my mayor. My biggest fear and the issue that politicking is addressing is you cannot hold someone accountable if you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
That's a law.
You know, city
That is
clerk,
beautiful.
superintendents,
Councilman.
who's fixing your roads, who's taking care of the schools that your kids go to. If you don't know the names of these people, there's no way you're holding them accountable.
Yeah.
So And you know what? A lot of people take advantage of Black and brown communities because they know that we don't know this information. Mm-hmm. So why are they even going to legislate policy that affects us in a positive way if they're like, it could be, for example, a district that is 75% Black and 25% white, but if you see 100% of those 25% white go out to vote, guess who their policies are going to be geared towards? Improving. The people that are going out and voting. That's happened so many times in New York. So many times. That's why you see a large gentrification happening, because the city councilmen know it might be 100 Black people that live here, but only 5 of them are going to vote. So I'm going to worry about the 10 white people that I know for sure are going to vote. Because regardless if it's still more Black or brown people, if they're not voting, it doesn't really make a difference to them. So really, people have to pay attention to those things. It's hard.
That's the first time I'm hearing about it in that type of perspective, because it's like, if you show as an individual that you don't give a fuck enough to get up from your chair, or I guess have a day off from work, and at least cast your vote and make your presence known. But also too though, like there are other sides to it. Like I think there was a story that we had in our little group chat. I think it was around the last voting process with the fucking gerrymandering process, where like where a rich said like, yo, I went to this spot, and they like trying to shut down the polls early. And I think like that's other reasons why some people feel like, yo, it's like, sure, let's say that I do want to go out there and make a difference. Like they will make 10 roadblocks just for me to get 5 steps up. And get up and make
it is though too.
Not for sure, but at the same time, that's a reality of how depressing that can be. It's just like, damn, I want to go out here and make a difference. And in 2019, or if you go back to prior years, it's just like they will find a way to make it harder for you to vote. You know what I'm saying? By the fucking time slots they'll give you, by the tampering the machines, by them saying, oh, you are not an active voter, so we can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Not registered.
I voted last year. Right. What are you talking about? Right. You know what I'm saying? So they'll find ways to make it harder for you, and I think that's and if y'all have more feedback on it, that is one of the reasons why Blacks really don't really want to go outside. You're like,
I think it's that, but
it's pointless in their opinion. I feel like
for sure. Yeah, I was talking to a white person about this the other day.
Was it a white man?
They were asking, and I don't want to get to this yet, but like they were asking why why so many Black people support Biden. He's just like, he finds it hard to believe why in California Biden is still leading with such a large percent. He had like 60% of the Black vote in California.
Really?
And he just couldn't understand why that would be the case, knowing that Biden has been like just chopping his own legs off. If you pay attention to politics. A lot of people not paying attention, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people didn't watch the Democratic debate or haven't watched any of them so far. So what they know is that Biden is associated with the only Black president.
Facts.
And for that reason
so
alone,
easy for him to get put on.
You know, for that reason alone, I'm going to vote for him. I feel comfortable with that.
That's literally what I told him.
And it's weird though.
It's an easy way out.
It's an easy way out.
Damn, son.
But you know what's weirder is that 60%, if you're citing it, 60% of African Americans in California, that's crazy because they have a candidate that's Black from California.
Kamala Harris is in 5th place in California.
And she's fired.
That's crazy.
It's Biden, then it's Bernie, then it's Warren, then it's Andrew Yang.
Then it's Kamala.
Then it's Kamala Harris.
In her own state?
California.
That's hard.
Embarrassing.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And Kamala, shout out to her. She's a Howard alum, and she actually shouted out politicking before. So
really,
yeah. When we got our Forbes article, she did show love. She reposted it. So
that's hard.
We're always
you got to flex that one more time. What happened?
You got to come to Jesus.
We had our Forbes article.
Okay.
Kamala did shout us out, and I appreciate her. You know, she on the other side of the aisle. She an AKA, but we still show love.
Okay.
Plug it up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the gang.
I'm a Delta. If y'all haven't figured it out.
Come on. We smelled it. We know who Delta is.
So, but we appreciated that support from Kamala, and the fact that she's a Black woman in this race is pivotal. But it is saying something that even within her home state, she's not getting. And if you can't get supported at home, it's like it's hard to say where it's gonna go from there.
Yeah, word.
You know what? Now that I think about it, it's just like, okay, and especially you, because me and you were across the street last year when I was still across the street, right? So that means me and you was in the caf every day.
Yeah.
It means when that TV was on, I seen whatever you seen,
Yeah.
whether it was on that side or on this side.
So basically, his cafeteria, on one side of the cafeteria, the TV, the big TV, had
CNN
Fox on,
side, Fox.
and the other side had
CNN.
Wow.
So every day I'm looking like, if I was on this side, we're going over there. So that's how
Right.
crazy that the media really dictates where you want to sit in the cafeteria. That's
Right, that's
side note.
crazy. Yeah.
But as someone like who hardly gave a fuck about politics like that at one point, because I'm just like, yo, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I have more
Get better things.
things to focus on are more
Right.
personal, but at the same time, it's good to be aware.
Of course.
At the same time, it's good to be educated and knowing on how you can make a difference.
Mhm.
So, especially with last year, well, not last year, so about 3-4 years ago now, well,
Yeah, 2016,
whatever, right?
Definitely
Like,
20 years ago.
that shit was nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was another reason why, like, it just makes people not want to come out. Seeing what the political process has become.
It's so much mudslinging.
Yeah.
It's
Mudslinging.
dirty.
Just throwing
Niggas
doodle.
dick slapping.
Dirty.
What?
It's dirty.
They out here slapping cats with the napkin. Like, what?
It's really
Like,
dirty.
how is that the political process became all of that? And it's like people can really expect to really come out and vote. Like, that shit was like hurtful at one point.
It is hurtful.
Like literally when he won, and I woke up the next day. Yo, I went to bed now. Yeah, it's done. It's a body. Get him out of here. Pack him up. Woke up.
I cried. I shed a couple thug tears.
My pop said the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, man up, bro.
You know, it's sad
Nah.
though. It's sad. It's
I
like
can see
you
why
go
he would
from
say that,
that
though,
to
because
this.
he's seen a lot.
He's seen a lot.
His pops is like
Damn near
is
60
an
at this
elder.
point,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Not an old person. He's an elder.
elder, like,
he's
we
one of
gotta
those.
respect him.
Anytime,
You know.
matter of fact, last week he saw me. Last week gave me a ride to the crib. He's like, Jeff, you good? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, but still seeing all of that was very distasteful. So it's like, how is it that we can make sure that the Politicking App, your baby, which is being recognized by Kamala Harris, by Forbes, by other places, by countless magazines, like literally if you type in the app, it shows up, my G. You know what I'm saying? It will tell you where you can go vote. It'll tell you the 411, the electoral, all that good
Yeah, I want
stuff.
to get into all that too.
So it's like, how is it that we can push this work of art to really make a change and make sure that we don't see shit like this ever again? Now, mind you, do I think we'll see shit like this ever again? For sure.
Of course.
The floodgates to hell have opened. Anybody can run, bro.
At this point,
Anybody could run.
it's a circus.
But it's